Hi there, everyone. It's Imran Pilati, as you know, and here is my latest update regarding Team Imran and the cancer and beating it and all the other crap that comes with it. So I thought I would update you with what's going on. Today is December 13th. I am still in my work attire, as you can see here. I have less hair than I did before, and I was just kind of prepping to make sure that when my head is bald, that it won't be completely white. So I cut it so that way I got a little sun on it. And the last 2 months have all led up to tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be my first day of chemotherapy. Many of you know that it's been a struggle with everything that I've been going through as far as not only my health, but mentally. And I've gotten so much support. It's just insane how much support I've received. And I wanted to address a bunch of different things here, and I wanted to make sure that I covered it all. So let's go kind of step by step as to what it looks like here. First of all, as you notice, I'm wearing a tie and a suit, and I'm at home right now. But many of you have asked me, what am I doing now as far as like work or a job? And some of you should know that, and for those of you that don't, you will now. I'm the director of franchise operations for Harcourts USA Realty. And Harcourts is an agency that's been around for 125 years. In 2013 is going to be the 125th year anniversary, which is exciting. However, we have a feel of a new startup here in the United States because we've been here less than 2 years. I came on board in August, and we have really just got the ball rolling, and I feel good about where I'm at. I feel excited about what we're building here, and I'm really pumped to be a part of such a great leadership team. So my role specifically is to find other offices that want to join our franchise, give them the value benefit from what we can provide to the brokerage, find out if the brokerage is interested in it, they kind of match what we're looking for, how we can work together, and then after they have agreed to join us, I help create the standards, practices, helping the broker or the business owner develop business plans and recruiting and all that kind of stuff. So A to Z, I help that broker along with the rest of our team, and it's an exciting role. And with that said, I started in August, and it was more of a getting to know the process type of a thing. But I will say that I have signed our first office under my watch. And in the next couple of days, you're going to get an announcement. It's really exciting, and I'm really pumped about it. But it's important that that business owner and that broker tells you about it. So you'll be seeing here something shortly, and I'm really excited. So, with that said, now moving on to the other stuff. Many of you watch the show Dexter, right? Dexter over on Showtime. The lead actor that plays Dexter is a gentleman by the name of Michael C. Hall. Great actor. He's always nominated for different Emmys. And I wanted to let you know that him and I do have something in common. We're both movie star looks. No, that's not what it is. What it is that we both have or had Hodgkin's lymphoma. Michael Hall was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2010. And he was given a diagnosis of almost exactly what I had, stage 2 cancer, lymphoma, Hodgkin's. And he showed up at a couple of award shows completely bald, but he looked good. He had his, he looked healthy, and that's kind of how I'm going to take this. And this process is going to take a little while, but I'm going to be all right. So it was exciting to see somebody that I know, I'm familiar with on television, to see that he went through the same thing I went through. And as you know, he's just fine right now. And that's my game plan too. So many of you have reached out to me and said, well, how can I help you, Imran, during this process? And to ask somebody that has cancer, how do you help them? It's a difficult challenge because, what am I going to say? Can you please cook me food? No, that's not something that I'm going to say. But I've been pretty like, yeah, no problem. I'll let you know. Well, there are some things now that I'm going to need help with. And there's 3 ways of help that I'm going to need. So it could either be from afar, like so a phone call or a letter or something like that. Um, Passing through as a visitor. So let's say that you're coming into the Southern California area, and I may need some help from you. And then, of course, if you live in this area, I could use your help with certain things. I'm not going to pander for help. I'm not going to beg you for help. If you're willing to help me, and that can be as simple as getting me a knit cap to cover my bald head during the winter, or something as awesome as cooking food for a night to where maybe we can grab some dinner and talk, and I could get my mind off of cancer for a little bit. Your help is appreciated. So what I would like to do is, if you're interested, and only if you're interested, if you'd like to help, just message me on Facebook and let me know that you're interested in helping, and I can give you exactly what I'm in need for. As you know, chemotherapy can kick somebody's ass pretty good, and the limited amount of physical energy that I have will not allow me to do certain things. So if you're interested, just message me, and I'll leave it at that. So it's funny what this has kind of developed into. It was just really an idea of strength and creating something that let people know that I wasn't going to give up. It was a great way for me to update people. But this has turned into way more than I had imagined. And what this has turned into right now is more of a support group than anything else. I have probably 50 to 75 people that I could think of off of the top of my head that have reached out to me during this time and have said, I'm currently going through cancer myself, or my husband or my wife or my son or my dad just got diagnosed. How are you doing the things that you're doing? How are you feeling strong enough to do it? And let's not fool anybody. I don't want to fool anybody. I'm scared just like anybody else. But what I did learn is that I'm tough, but it's important to know that my body has its limitations currently the way that it is. My health has kind of deteriorated over the last month or so. I can't do very simple activities like I used to do. A couple days ago, I went walking to the end of the block and came back, and I was exhausted. I could hardly breathe. I'm having pains in my back, things like that. I've discussed them on other videos. But in order for me to get well, I'm not necessarily scared about the cancer anymore. I'm more nervous about the treatment and what can happen from it. So, like I said, it's turned into a support group, not only for them, but for me. And it's been pretty incredible to be able to talk with people all around the world, and even people that I don't even know have reached out to me and they say, hey, I've heard about you from another friend of mine who says that you're going through cancer, and that I wanted to reach out to you and let you know that I was thinking about you. And I can't tell you how many times I've been put on prayer lists, and that's always wonderful. And it's kind of helped me find my faith again. I've gone to church the last 2 weeks. I'm going on Sunday again, and it's just a renewed energy in my life. And one of the questions that I've always asked myself is, why me again? I had cancer once before. Why me again? And the first time I got cancer, I really wasn't anywhere near the man that I am today. And I think this time around, maybe there's a purpose to this. I don't know yet. But I know that I will fight this, and I know that it's providing hope for other people to see that somebody is going through this, and they're going to tough it out, and they can too. And I've given my phone number on the internet many a times, and you could just Google me, and my cell phone shows up. If you are a cancer survivor, if you are a cancer patient, if you are somebody that's going through it with your family, call me. And provided that I'm around my phone, I will talk to you, and I will help you through this, because this isn't about me anymore. I realized it's about all of us together, friends and family getting together and understanding that this terrible disease doesn't have to take us away from who we are and what we aspire to be. It's more of, I think I've gotten in touch with who I really want to be and what I expect out of my life from this point forward. and it's been an eye-opening thing and very emotional, and it's been great. So what does chemotherapy entail? And let me just make sure that I help you understand what that means. So there's two options for chemotherapy. One is intravenous through IV through your arm or leg or wherever they put it. The other is a chemo pill. I'm going to be doing the intravenous session, and just to let you guys know, the last couple of weeks have been crazy. I've been very fortunate with Harcourts to be able to work with my schedule. I've been in appointments for doctors almost every day for the last 2 weeks. Many of you saw the picture that I posted of when I went through the bone marrow biopsy, which, by the way, still hurts my back. They did an operation out of my back to pull bone marrow out to find out if the cancer had spread to my bones. I don't know if that's happened yet, but the results will be in a couple of days. I've done everything from pulled tons and tons of blood out for blood work to MRIs to where I'm in a machine, and I'm extremely claustrophobic. In fact, yesterday I was supposed to do something called a PET scan, and I laid down, and I'm extremely claustrophobic, and they put you in a tube, and the tube was about this far from my face, and my entire body was in it, and I had to lay still for 30 minutes. I was in about 30 seconds, and I screamed to the guy, "Get me out of here," and I just couldn't do it. So there's got to be an alternative way that we're going to make that work. I don't know if I have to be drugged or whatever, but there's no way I'm laying in a tube that's like a coffin. Sorry, it's just one of those things that's just too freaky for me. We're going to have to figure out another way to do it. And all of this has led up until chemotherapy, and here we are. And my body's tired. I'm exhausted. My physical health sucks. And I can't wait to start this chemotherapy and get it over with. So tomorrow I go in at about 9 a.m. and going to do the chemotherapy through the IV. It's a system called ABVD, and each one stands for a different drug that's coming into my body. The A is the worst one. It's, I don't know what, some kind of medical term. Who really cares? The point is, it's the one that makes me lose my hair. It's the one that is the most damaging to the body. The reason why, and many people ask, well, why does your hair fall out? The hair falls out because what happens is the cancer tries to kill the fastest growing, the medicine tries to kill the fastest growing cells in your body. And for those of you that don't know, cancer is a regeneration of cells that are so fast that it causes problems to the rest of your body. So the fastest growing cells on your body through the chemotherapy that it kills is going to be the cancer and your hair on top of your head. Not even necessarily like a mustache or eyebrows, because they grow much slower, but because your hair on top of your head grows the fastest, it's the fastest growing cells on your body, it's the ones that end up falling out. And they fall out in clumps, and they grow back usually about a month after chemotherapy stops. So from my chemotherapy tomorrow until 2 weeks from now, I should have hair, but then at that point it starts falling out, which is weird because having it fall out makes me know that it's working, but at the same time, you still feel kind of crappy because all your hair is falling out. During that time, I'm taking 9 different drugs. One of the drugs that I'm going to be taking after chemotherapy, or actually during chemotherapy, is a drug called Emend, E-M-E-N-D. And the reason why I'm telling you about Emend is it is the #1, it's like the Rolls Royce of anti-nausea medicine. And there's a very common thing called CINV, which is chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting. And that is something that happens to people within the first 3 days, sometimes even 4 or 5 days into the chemotherapy treatment. And hey, I'm putting poison in my body to kill this cancer, and it's going to cause problems. So this drug called Emend is one of the best. Now, many of you are Republican, many of you are Democrat, some of you are independent, whatever your affiliation is, I don't really care. But I want you to know that I am an Obamacare person. Because I had cancer before, I would not be able to get treatment with a pre-existing cancer. And I've read a lot of things about Obamacare and how it's for poor people, and and people that are lazy and that's why they get health care and blah blah blah, and they want to stand on their soapbox and say that. But I got to tell you, I work harder than probably anybody that you know, and I will tell you this right now. I have a full-time job. I've been working full-time since I was 15 years old, and Obamacare for people like me. And I wouldn't be able to get some of this treatment without it. The expenses of a chemotherapy for my treatment over 6 months is going to be over $700,000. And without healthcare allowing me to have the opportunity to get better, I just couldn't imagine anybody having to go through that without healthcare. That's not what our country is about. So I just wanted to get off of my soapbox after I got on it and told you that. The reason I brought that up is Emend is three pills. 1, 2, 3. 3 pills, that's all they are. And they cost me $380. And I have to take 3 pills twice a month during the chemotherapy process. That doesn't include all the other drugs that I have to take in order for me to be able to be functional. So it's expensive. And it's one of those things where I'm working really hard to make sure that it doesn't break me financially. So I'm working on some stuff trying to get the cost down, and I'm working with some other people that are helping me through that. And for those of you that are going through cancer or chemotherapy, hang in there. Emend is the way that we're going to go with, the way you should go. It prevents your brain from knowing that you're having nausea. And it's one of those things where we got to figure out a way to help get this drug into the hands of people that need it, that are going through cancer, because I would hate for people to not be able to use it because of cost. That's unfair, and I don't want that to happen. And when this is all said and done, you better believe that I'm working on cancer research, cancer prevention, cancer care, and that will be one of my goals, is to make sure that the person going through the process of cancer isn't going through physical torture through this, because it's hard enough emotionally. You don't need it physically. And when I'm all done with this, and I show you how to beat cancer, I'm going to be part of that movement to help people that can't afford these drugs, because it's really important that we get people well, and they shouldn't have to be super sick just to get well again. I'll be doing an update next week. I know I got a little preachy right now, but I'm kind of in preacher mode right now. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. You guys have been incredible. For those of you that have bought the bracelets or asking me for the t-shirts, thank you. And we'll restock. We sold out of everything, which is a good thing, I guess. And for those of you that are unsure how to help, don't forget to just reach out to me. Message me. I'll be happy to get back to you on this. Do me a favor. When you talk to Tamra, the one girl that's going to be next to me going through all this, be sure you reach out to her and give her some words of encouragement too. It's neat. It's neat to have people there, but she's been there to see the ugliest of ugly. And if anybody needs support during this time besides myself, it's her. So please do that. In the meantime, guys, I'll see you next week. I'll let you know how I feel. And step 1 of the Kicking Cancer's Ass program. We'll talk soon.